Welcome to another edition of the 24th Floor. You know, we always talk high school football during this time of the week, and we got to get to that with as far as some of the teams that are really making a name and making a push when it comes to playoff time. For that, we turn to, of course, to Rich Denson for our big idea.
It's week 7 of high school football, and you can count on one hand how many unbeaten teams there are left in the Memphis area. 4. Let's roll that big idea stinger. Four teams, Germantown, Southwind, Covington, and Mumford. 2 of those teams, Germantown and Covington, cruised to victories in week 6. The other 2, Southwind and Mumford, clawed their way to victory. We'll touch on Southwind's victory more a bit later in the show, but the underlying theme here is just how hard it is to maintain that standard of excellence. But a team that's also emerging is a team that knows what it's like to be undefeated at this stage in the season. I'm talking about the Collierville Dragons. They were 6-0 this time last season. This season, they have 2 blemishes on their record, but they have come on strong lately, ending Arlington's undefeated streak a few weeks ago and picking up a pivotal region win against Bartlett just last week.
So, speaking of the Dragons, they will be our latest game of the week as they host the Craigmont Chiefs.
So joining us now on the 24th floor, the head man in charge of the Collierville Dragons who look to get their 3rd straight victory, head coach Joe Racconi. Welcome to the program, Coach.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate you taking the time right now to, I know you're busy, you're actually working, unlike us. We appreciate you taking the time, though, to take a few minutes to talk to us. Let's get right to it. Tell me what you're seeing out of your team right now compared to maybe at that first week of the season.
I think we've gotten better each and every week. I was pleased where we were the first week of the season, but, obviously you got to, if you're going to make any kind of run at postseason, or at the end of our season, you have to continually get better. And that was one of the main reasons why we scheduled like we did, try to make it as tough as possible. And really, I think those teams were good for us to expose some things early that we needed to see to work on, as the season unfolds. And I think that was really beneficial for us. We got to continue to do that with the rest of our opponents, but pleased on where we are right now.
Coach, you talk about scheduling. You had a stretch where 3 weeks straight you played Mississippi schools. So talk to me about how that was like playing teams that's not even the same state of you and then coming out of that, and now you finally get a Tennessee stretch.
Yeah, well, first off, and I know other coaches in our area are feeling the same thing, especially in our region. It was challenging to schedule. First off, when TWSA split the regions, we had to go find 6 non-conference games, and that's not easy for any school. And then, when you're a bigger school and a 6A school, a lot of people, are hesitant. And now we wanted to try to get some out-of-state schools. I was actually talking to schools really all over the place, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, a lot of southern schools, and then Missouri schools, things like that. It just happened to work out that it was 3 Mississippi schools that, we were able to book those games. So playing against them is tough. We know they're very, very good, very competitive teams, of course, and been very successful, rich traditions on all 3 of those schools. And, the unknown, not seeing them every year, there's a little more unknown and trying to find out about them, especially early in the season, I think was the biggest challenge. Like when we played Oxford, we had a game already under our belt, and we were their first game. So even when we, traded film, we're just getting the Jamboree film, and they got our, whole first game. So not saying that's why that game went that way, but obviously, so we, that was definitely a challenge, but we were, again, I think looking back on it, even in a short while ago, those teams have helped us. Even the 2 losses that we got from Oxford and MRA, And I would rather learn from winning more than losing, but losing those games and how we lost, showed a lot of character and fight in our guys and grit, and then other things we needed to work on. So it kind of exposed some things that we had to draw more attention to, and that's what we've been doing.
Coach, talk to me a little bit about you got yourself a little Ashton Gentry guy in that backfield. I say little, he's not little at all. Lawrence Autry, that guy can run. He is tough to bring down, averages about 107 yards a game. I think he's got like 8 touchdowns already on the season. Talk a little bit about how important and impactful he is.
Yeah, I mean, Lawrence is, as the kids would say, stupid talented. He's a ridiculous athlete. But more importantly, I mean, he's a tough kid. He's a very, very hard worker. He has become one of our leaders here in a short amount of time. And I've said this to many people, the thing I probably like the most about Lawrence is he wants to be coached constantly. And he is all ears from not just me, but all of our position coaches, his running back coach, and he's constantly searching for feedback, really on every play, and he's like that at practice all the time. And that's been a great example to so many other guys because the kid's good, and he was good, before all that, and but he's trying to be greater than that, and he's also very unselfish too, and that's been also a very pleasant thing to see from a talented running back. He's willing to do whatever it takes, whether it's, pass protecting, not being a decoy, but, maybe we release him on some things and throw elsewhere. I mean, he's very unselfish, cares about the team, and loves to be coached. So that's going to take him even further.
Coach, this Friday will be the first time we've got a chance to get up on personal eye at your all's team. Now, obviously last year, like I talked about, y'all were undefeated at this point in time. If I was a viewer who was checking out Collierville for the first time this season, how would you describe your ball club?
It's a great question. Because I think, everybody's going to see different stuff. I mean, especially with fans and parents, and, they're going to kind of view us in different ways. What I would like to describe us as is a tough team, a gritty team. I think we're a pretty complete team. I think on offense, we're extremely balanced. That's what we want to be with run and pass, and have the guys to do it. And our coaches are doing a great job there on that side of the ball. And then defensively, we, would like to be known as, relentless and tough. And, we only returned 2 starters from last year's team on defense. So seeing our kids, mature quickly and having to grow up quicker than normal and try to gain some experience, I think has been really, really important this year. And they've done that. So, and I hope, that you come out and you're going to see a bunch of guys who love to play the game and excited to play, and a lot of fire and energy on our sidelines and on the field and in the stands. And I think our environment, on top of all that, our game day environment is better than anybody. So I hope y'all see that as well.
Coach, we're going to let you go. We got to touch base. Full disclosure, one of your assistants is my assistant, Big Daniel.
Oh, yeah, Montiel.
Yeah, his son plays on my son's flag football team.
He told me.
Yeah, first couple of weeks we were scoring a bunch of points. He said, man, I thought you were a genius. And now we're scoring 6 points a game and we can't figure it out. So I'm going to try to pick some things up at the game this week. Just so everybody's on the same page, our game of the week is Craigmont at Collierville. Collierville Dragons going to be at home. We will be there live at 5 and 6 with your weather and your sports. We'll have a complete wrap-up coming up at 10 o'clock that night as well, Coach. I'll be out there live. We may not have live weather this week. We'll be live sports for sure. I'll be out there live all day long and all evening long. We'll get there about 4:30, so we'll get everybody caught up on everything they need to know about the game. Coach, appreciate your time today. Get back to teaching them kids.
You got it. Will do. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Absolutely.